Hey guys! So recently I traveled to Portugal. Many people probably would think, why would you travel to another country during Corona? Aren't you afraid? And of course I had some concerns, but I did some research beforehand and want to share with you my experience in the country itself. So here are 5 things you should know about Portugal during Corona if you are considering to travel there. Number 1. Number of infections. The number of infections in Portugal was and is still quite low and stays stable. It is fluctuating between 200 and 400 infections per day, which is compared to Germany, where I live, quite low. I checked the numbers on the Worldometer website. The statistics are quite reliable in my opinion. So if you want to check Portugal or any other country in the world, I will leave you a link in the description. Number 2. Airport. When you arrive at the airport in Portugal, your temperature is being measured. Basically, you're just passing a device which measures your temperature in small groups of 4 to 5 people. The employees at the airport are regulating the passing. You don't have to wait long, just pass by. And if your temperature is too high, they will pull you aside. Number 3. Security in public places. All employees in public places like museums, restaurants, or also hotels are wearing masks. At the entrance of every place you have a hand disinfection, so you always can disinfect your hands when you are entering and leaving the place. Some sanitizers you can even operate by your foot, so you don't have to touch the bottle. In restaurants, the tables and sometimes even the seats are disinfected after every visitor. The hotel in Lisbon, at least at which I stayed, even measured the temperature at the arrival, disinfected the passport, and offered to disinfect the luggage, which was pretty amazing. Number 4. Social distancing during sightseeing. If you are doing a sightseeing and visiting places with narrow corridors or something like that, for example a tower, then you should plan a little bit more time for that, because the employees are coordinating visitors. Sometimes you have to wait until one group of visitors is finished so you can go on. Number 5. Beaches. If you are going to the south of Portugal, then you are probably targeting for beaches. Mostly it is not a big deal to keep the distance here, I guess because there are not many tourists at the moment. But if you are going for cozy lagoons, and if they are famous, then it gets a little bit complicated. Little space, many people, not good. So choose wisely where you are going. Those were 5 things to know about traveling to Portugal during Corona. So all in all, I can really recommend traveling to Portugal at the moment. Of course, I don't know what will happen in the future, but the security measures at the moment are quite good in my opinion. Of course, you should also take care of yourself. Use a mask, please properly covering your mouth and your nose. Wash your hands, use sanitizers, especially if you are using public transportation. I always had a small bottle in my backpack. I hope this review helped you with your travel decision. If yes, please leave a like. Have you been somewhere in Portugal during Corona? How was your experience? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to know more about my trips, subscribe to see the next videos about my travels and the life between the cultures. Bye!